Ecuador got into trouble. Welcome to a new World Cup analysis. Here we analyze what happened between Ecuador and Curaçao's great performance. Surprise, surprise at the World Cup. Let's get started. Well, I think this is the second surprise that's happening with regard to a great team. We're talking about Ecuador. Turkey has already been eliminated. And here they're almost on the edge, right on the edge. So, I think Ecuador's team, Sebastián Becasse's team, is in a very tough spot from my point of view because their chances of qualifying are very slim. Their last match is against Germany. So, that's everything. It's an uphill battle for our Ecuadorian brothers. And I think it was a match to forget for Sebastián Becas. We can't ignore the good strategy and the good match that Curaçao played. Why? Because they defended well, because they were organized tactically. They responded to what Ecuador offered as well, to what coach Sebastián Becas set up, but with the respect it deserves. Curaçao. The Curaçao squad is not the same as the Ecuador squad, and Ecuador needed to win this match. So that's why what happened is disappointing. Disappointing and surprising. That's zero, just like what happened with Spain and Cape Verde. It was mandatory, and the Ecuadorians needed to win. I think everyone was counting on Ecuador to win today. Well, they ended up drawing, and that missed goal by Ener Valencia in the second minute weighs heavily right at the start of the match, when the striker from Inter of Brazil missed in a terrible way. Let's talk about the man of the match. Without a doubt, the goalkeeper from Curaçao. Let me introduce him to you. It's Eloy Curaçao, Eloy Rum, so you don't forget. He saved everything he wanted in the match and was the standout player in this 0-0 draw. Thanks to him, Ecuador couldn't score. Now let's discuss the tactical approach. Curaçao came out with a 5-4-1, a very low block, but they still had the nerve to attack. Because Curaçao didn't simply defend. No, Curaçao didn't just defend. Curaçao also attacked and created chances to open the score and even pull off a surprise. If Curaçao had scored, they would have dropped back and ended the game. I'm telling you. On the other side is Ecuador, who came out with a 3-5-2 formation using the wings a lot, looking to break away from their markers, making runs. That when there's a back five, it's very important to make runs behind the defenders. Why? Because that throws the defender off, and it's also a move they don't expect. They don't expect it. It's a move the defender doesn't expect. So the only way to break down such a compact block like the one Curaçao set up was to make constant movements. Not just runs in behind, but also alternating positions among themselves. We'll go to the board in a moment. So that's how our Ecuadorian brothers took to the field. I'm going to show you the area of influence. It was this one. This one with Alcibar, with Caicedo, a lot of forward runs from Hincapié. What's happening? Yes, Caicedo positions himself at the base of the play to form a line of three with Hincapié and Pache. They were like the last. This allows Alcibar, Vit, and even Alan Franco to make forward runs during Ecuador's possession. They tried to use the vertical channels a lot with Pervis and Yeboah, who had a good game and often played wide on both sides, sending balls that came in this direction to the space attacked by both Ener Valencia and Gonzalo Plata. What's going on with Gonzalo Plata? He had the ability to get into this area of influence to form a perfect square. And since Vacuna was thinking about the counterattack, they were left outnumbered. Ener Valencia constantly got in behind the defenders. Attack this space. It's just that Sebastián's team lacked clinical finishing and efficiency. It was very hard for them to score a goal. And I repeat, it was because of the goalkeeper, because of Rum. But there was also one that he missed face-to-face in the second minute, as I mentioned. He made the run in behind. The defenders were out of position. He attacks the space. He always attacked this space. He attacked the space a lot. And when the defender who was behind got back into position around this point, Ener Valencia shot to the keeper's side. And the keeper guessed right. The shot of the ball I think Ecuador leaves a lot to be desired because it was hard for them. It was very hard for them to make things work in the midfield. It was tough for them to create space with little movement from the forwards. Ener Valencia missed all his chances and they had no luck. A shot from Ener Valencia as well, which Ram ended up saving, and it hit the post. It just didn't work out for them. It just didn't work out. And I think in the end, the match ended up being tough for Sebastián Becasse's team. I think it's very difficult for them to qualify. But in this World Cup, a lot has happened and it could happen. The last match day will be Ivory Coast against Curaçao. Let's remember that Ivory Coast has 3 points from their win against Ecuador. That means that Ecuador with the win against Germany could move up to third place. They absolutely need to win because with a draw or a loss, I think Ecuador is practically eliminated. But the most important opinion, yours will always be the most important, so I'll be reading your comments about what you thought of this draw between Ecuador and Curaçao. Will Ecuador be able to qualify for the next round? Will they be able to pull off something epic against Germany? Leave your comments below. And of course, see you again very soon for a new World Cup analysis. Don't miss it, subscribe, and don't miss any of the broadcasts from Falso Nueve TV. We'll see each other again very soon.